Hi there. Take a seat if you want. That is especially for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
We need sound on too.
Testing. Huh? Hi.
Welcome to CitCon.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
How are you feeling?
I'm very well, thank you.
Great. Yeah, you are the voice of Anvil.
Yes, I am the voice of Anvil Aerospace.
Okay.
Or I should say, Anvil Aerospace.
First of all, one question. How does somebody become what you are, actually?
As a voice actress?
Yes.
People come to it in a lot of different ways. I came to it because I was a theater actress for a long, long time, and then I moved to Europe. And of course, as an American living in Europe, there aren't as many theatrical opportunities. So another way for me to get that kind of acting fix was to go into voice work. So that's what I did.
And what did your parents tell you when you told them?
Actually, my whole family has always been incredibly supportive of what I do. My husband is incredibly supportive, so I'm really, really lucky. They've never said, oh my gosh, you're nuts, how will you pay the bills? You know, I've been very lucky.
Okay, you worked for CIG?
Yes.
How did it feel?
It felt really good, actually. It was odd that I've done 2 different recordings now, or 2 different sessions, both of which were done at Pinewood Studios in London. The first one was a little interesting because the producers were actually in Santa Monica, California on Skype on an iPad in front of me. So it was a little odd. Skype kept going in and out, but in the end it worked out. But they were always very nice and very helpful. And the second time, actually, they were physically there with me. So then it was really great to get to talk to them, ask them about working with Mark Hamill, things like that. And yeah, it's been actually a great experience.
In that point, or at this time when you started working for CIG, did you know about the project, and how did you feel about it? Were you impressed by the project that they started?
Well, actually, in the beginning, I didn't know anything. The casting that I submitted for and was hired for was very cloaked in secrecy. They just said it's going to be a really big video game. The casting was asking for a space sat-nav. So when I auditioned, I just did like my best Hal from 2001 impersonation. And then when I was at the actual recording session, they told me this is the biggest crowdfunding project in history, but they still didn't tell me the name. So as soon as I left, I immediately got on my Google and was looking up what is the biggest, crowdsourcing campaign. And then I discovered what it was, and I read and I read and I read, and I was just overwhelmed. I mean, the scope of this game is so incredible and so huge. I mean, I'm completely blown away by it.
Well, that it is one of the most crowdfunded games that was produced. I think everybody here will actually say that it is true.
Sure.
Right? No, I forgot what I wanted to start to ask. That's great. I will just look on my little paper here, so everybody knows now that I have a little paper.
The secret is out.
Yes. Are there any other projects that you had worked on and that we didn't recognize yet, where we may have heard your voice?
Well, not video games, but beyond that, it would really depend on where you work. I do a lot of corporate narration. So, for example, I just did some projects for Austrian Airlines, so if you happen to work for them and hear their English language internal videos, then you would hear me. But otherwise, yeah, as far as in the real public gaming sphere, this has actually been my first project.
So you were working for a firm, for an airplane firm? You make these onboard voice?
Not onboard, like internal films that companies will show their employees, or I work a lot for a company that does market research, so they will go and survey people and then produce films about what the customer experience will be. And so I'll either tell that story or narrate information for these films.
Let me guess, you start with Anvil Aerospace.
Most of the time, no, it's not so much fun.
Okay. Yeah, well, I do not have any further questions right now. I don't know, does anybody from the crowd have any question? Then please feel free, raise your hand.
Well, the one thing I wanted to talk about a little bit was the process of recording for a video game.
Okay.
Because I think people might not know actually how that works. And when I was first put into the game, I discovered these YouTube videos with my voice, and then I went to look for information about it, and I read all of these Reddit feeds that were really mean. But talking about, you know, how the voice to them seemed maybe bland or boring. But it's interesting the way a voice character is kind of crafted. Because with every line that we have in the script, we will read it, for example, 3 different times and 3 different ways. So, you know, for example, you know, Anvil Aerospace, Anvil Aerospace, Anvil Aerospace. And from that, they pick the ones that they like and then craft a character along certain lines so it's all kind of synchronized in that way. So in the end, I didn't even know what it would sound like until I heard it.
Okay, you were impressed by what they finally worked out?
Yeah. I mean, it's neat to hear yourself in a game like this. You know, particularly watching the YouTube videos and watching people playing through the game and seeing all the experiences they're having, particularly as the game gets bigger and bigger and bigger and you expand into more areas. It's fun to watch the evolution of it for me.
Well, from my own feelings, I know that I do not like to hear myself. For me, it is embarrassing. How does it feel for you? I mean, it is your job. You have to live with this, hearing yourself.
I don't always like it, but it's something you have to get used to be a voice actor. I mean, often I'm recording myself at home. So I'm recording and playing back and recording and playing back, and you have to embrace it, otherwise you can't do this job.
Just as an information for everybody who's around here, Alix Martin has there in the back a little table where you can go and you can get a business card from her and get in contact with her, and she might speak some little words, some sentences that you wish just for yourself. So feel free to come and visit her.
Yeah, feel free. Thank you.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.